Good evening, guys. Welcome to another episode of An Idiot's Guide to Property. My name's Jamie Parry, and I'll be taking you through today's video. We've had two questions this week. One from Anna Kostash, who would like me to talk through the process of BRR, which is Buy, Refurbish, Refinance, and Sean Whitecross, who has asked me to go through the figures on my Caerphilly property. Just to caveat this, guys, I am by no means an expert. There is a guy called Adam Lawrence who is far and away the most knowledgeable person that I've seen online about property. And I know that he does a little property update on LinkedIn, a weekly property update on LinkedIn and on Facebook. So if you want to hear from a real expert, try and find yourself Adam Lawrence because he's far more knowledgeable than I am. But I'm just sharing some of these excerpts from my journey and the little bit of knowledge that I do know. Okay, so let's take first of all the house that I purchased in Caerphilly. So the purchase price was $95,000. It was in a really dilapidated state. It was actually structurally unsafe due to the roof and fairly unlivable. So the figures that I'm using, they're just done to the nearest £10, so £30,100 on the renovation. We actually borrowed money to pay for that property. So we got a bridge and we got an investor. Those repayments came to £6,700. And then there were some legal costs and other costs, which totaled £1,800. That house in Caerphilly has cost me all in £133,600. Right, now let's look at this in the flip. So this is what we actually did with the property. So we got 3 estate agents to come and look at it. We got a fair valuation from the estate agent, and they marketed it for 189,950. We settled on a sale price of 182,500. Sale cost was 1% plus VAT, which came in at £2,190. Taking the total amount of the house cost and the sale cost away from the sale price was a gross profit of 46,710. So this property in particular made a very good flip. We were able to get it at below market value. I did a lot of the work myself along with my partner, which helped on the cost. And we were lucky in the fact that the market was building very quickly during the time that we'd actually bought and refurbished the property. If we look at that same property, but in the buy, refurbish, refinance and rent out model, so BRRR, I hope I've got those in the right order. So the mortgage valuation, again, loose figures, the mortgage valuation would be 180,000 on that. We would get a mortgage of 75% borrowing, which is pretty typical. So 25% deposit, 75% borrowing. So 75% of that 180,000 is 135,000. If my calculator is correct. With that property, we have actually been able to take money out of it, which would be not typical for a BRR. Normally, you actually have to leave some of the money in there because the margins aren't there. But as I said previously, this was quite a special property in that there was a big buffer of profit and equity in that house. If we did a mortgage on that, we take out 135,000, so that can pay both of us back for the investment that we put in, pay off all of our fees, and then have £1,400 to split the difference and go to the casino. The mortgage payments on that would be roughly £300 per calendar month, and the rental value for that property would be around £750 to £800 per calendar month. Potentially be a nice little earner of £450, £500 gross rental income plus all of your money back. That would have made a very good BRR property as well. The reason that we did that as a flip property was because we were particularly interested in generating a pot of money rather than having a rental income. But as you can see with the figures, that would have worked well with that. Not every BRR property that you do is going to be able to wipe its face or give you some money back. A lot of the time, you will have to leave money in there. But if you get a good enough rental income from that, then it sort of doesn't really matter as long as you've been able to take the majority of your money out. I'm going to be doing another video next week on golden deceivers. What I call a golden deceiver is something that looks golden but actually isn't. So the golden deceivers I'm going to be looking at are areas in Wales that people think are particularly good for either rentals or flips and actually aren't that good at all. So tune in for that one, guys. Really appreciate all of your subscriptions and your views. Thank you very much.